Hi, I'm Amy. Welcome to today's yoga practice. If you're looking for a gentle class to build strength and confidence, you're in the right place. This practice is really beginner friendly and ideal if you prefer a much slower pace but still want a little bit of a challenge, especially for balance and steadiness. We'll move through some simple standing poses, some low lunges and some supportive floor work. You'll just need your mat and we're going to begin lying down. So bring your feet as wide as the yoga mat and let your knees fall in together. So they're knocking in together. Your hands can be resting on the ground or you can bring them to your belly. Close down your eyes. We're just going to take a few moments just to arrive here on our mats. Just allowing your breath to come as it is. If your mind starts to wander, which it will, just bring your attention to your breath. Feel your belly moving up and down underneath your hands. Good, let's begin to deepen our breath, to take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. Last time, breathing in and out. Wonderful. So we're going to stay where we are on our backs, but just walk your feet back into hip distance apart. Bring your hands on the ground, so palms facing down. And we're just very, very gently just going to do some very subtle core work. So with your pelvis, just tip it up. So tip the hip points up towards the sky. So you'll feel that your lower back is flush on the mat. And then you're going to tilt your pelvis. So you've now got a gap underneath your lower back. So breathing in, tilt it up so it's flush with the ground. And then exhale, tip it up. Good. Just do this a few more times. And again, it doesn't feel like much. But this small little motion will just start to engage and activate your deep core muscles. So keep breathing. Last couple of rounds, so breathing in, lifting it up. Exhale, bring it down. Last time, breathing in. And then exhale, bring it down. Good, so you can have a couple of options here. So stay where you are with your back flush against the mat. And this is just going to keep your core active. Again, not so much where you feel like you're doing 1,000 sit-ups, but just enough that it feels like you're doing something. Or you can just allow your pelvis to rest wherever feels good for you. And then all we're going to do is just lift your right leg up so that your right shin comes parallel to the ground. Breathing in. And then exhale, drop your right foot down. Breathing in, lift your left foot up. Exhale it back down. Good, so just do this a few times now with your own breath, breathing in to lift. Exhaling to bring down, seeing if you can keep your back flat to the mat, pelvis tilted. Just finish the side that you're on to even it out. Good, then hug your knees into your chest, giving yourself a tight squeeze. Good, and then we're going to roll onto our side and slowly come all the way up. And we're going to come to all fours. So just get there however you feel you can. So taking your time, no rush. And then wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Spread your fingertips wide. And you almost want to really grip with these fingertips, like there's almost like a suction happening with the palm of your hand. This will just help take some of the weight out of your wrists. And then drop your belly, lift your chest and your chin. Take a deep breath in for cow pose. Exhale, round your spine, bring your chin in towards your chest for cat. Breathing in. Cow pose, really shining your chest forward. Exhaling for cat, pushing the ground away from you. So keep moving through these now with your own breath, your own rhythm. Nice and slowly. So this is nothing vigorous here. These movements shouldn't feel like too much. Just warming up the body nice and slowly, moving the joints. Good, just finishing the round that you're on. And then coming back to tabletop, neutral spine. So we're going to see if we can build a little bit of confidence here. Let's have a little bit of faith in yourself and your body. So just to begin with, we're going to raise our right arm up. So keep your gaze down to keep your neck long. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to release this right hand down. Good. Raise your left arm up on an inhale. And then exhale it back down. Good. Breathing in, raise your right leg up and back. And then as you breathe out, release it back down. Breathing in, raising your left leg up and back, toes pointing down or back. Exhale it back down. Good. This time, inhale, raise your right arm up. And then if you've got the balance, you can raise your left leg up and back. So we're coming into a balancing table. Good. Breathing in. Exhaling out to release both leg and hand. Good. Raising your left arm up and forward, raising your left leg up and back, breathing in. And then exhaling back down. Good, one more each side. So breathing in, right arm, left leg, reaching your right fingertips forward, left toes either pointing down or back. Exhaling to release. Other side, breathing in, left fingertips forward, right toes down or back, lifting this right leg. And then exhaling down. Lovely, bringing your big toes to touch, knees as wide as the yoga mat. Sink your hips down and back. We're going to come into child's pose. So depending on how your shoulders are today, you can reach your fingertips up towards the top of your mat and rest your forehead on the ground. If this is a bit much for your shoulders today, just make yourself a little pillow with your hands and rest your forehead. Just take a few rounds of deep breath here, resting in child's pose. When you're ready, slowly pushing yourself back up into a tabletop position. Good. And then just walk your knees back a tiny bit, not far, so they're just past your hips. And then you're going to step your right foot between your hands. We're going to come into a low lunge. So as you breathe in, sweep your arms forwards and up. And then as you breathe out, really grounding down through your right foot and the front of your left leg, but at the same time reaching up. Breathing in, reach up. And then breathe out. Good. Breathing in. And out. Good. Last time, breathing in. As you breathe out, release your hands back down to the earth, framing your right foot. And then lift your right toes off the mat, and we're going to sink our hips back towards the back of our mat, lifting this right foot up, coming into a half splits. Good. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, rock forwards back to a low lunge. Good. Breathing in, coming back to a half splits. Exhaling, coming forwards to a low lunge. Last time, breathing in, rocking back, half splits. Exhaling, coming to a low lunge. Lovely. Stepping this right foot back now. We'll do that on the other side. So stepping your left foot forwards, coming into a low lunge, breathing in, sweeping your arms forwards and up. And then exhaling, really grounding down. Let's take 2 more rounds of breath here in low lunge. Keep reaching up, keeping your gaze forward. Good. Last deep breath in. As you exhale, releasing your hands back down to the ground. Peel your left toes off the mat. Come onto your left heel. Sink your hips back, coming into half splits the other side. So breathing in. As you exhale, rock forwards into a low lunge. Breathing in, sinking back, coming into half splits. So your leg does not need to be straight here. Exhaling to come forwards. Good. Last time, rocking back, half splits. Lovely. Coming forwards to a low lunge. Wonderful. Stepping this left foot back, coming into a tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, coming to downward facing dog. But we're just going to stay here just for a brief moment. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, you're going to walk, jump, step, however you want to get there, your feet to the top of the mat. So that your feet are in between your hands and you're in a forward fold. And then we're going to slowly roll up to stand. So keeping a bend in your knees to protect your lower back. Let your head, neck and shoulders be heavy. Slowly, slowly roll all the way up to stand, taking your time here. And then when you get to the top, just loop your shoulders up and back. Good. I'm coming into mountain pose now. So feet about hip distance apart. Really grounding down through the bottom half of your body, reaching up through the crown of your head. Good. Take a deep breath in. Sweep your arms up and forwards. And then as you breathe out, taking a deep bend in your knees, sink your hips down and back as we come into chair pose. So you should just be able to lift your toes off the ground. Your weight should be into your heels. You'll feel some engagement here in your core. Try and bring a smile to your face. This chair pose is quite tricky, so take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in. Good. Last deep breath in. As you breathe out, come to a forward fold. Good. Plant both hands on the mat just for balance. Step your right foot back about 3 or 4 feet back. And then turn your right toes to face the top right hand corner of your mat. And then you're going to sweep your arms forwards and up, taking a bend in your left knee as we come into Warrior One. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms towards the sky, keeping your gaze forwards. And then as you breathe out, just seeing if you can bend into this left knee a fraction more, trying to keep your hips level towards the front of the mat, but they don't have to be perfectly square here. Take another round of breath. Think about pulling this left hip crease back slightly. If your shoulders are aching, you can bring your hands in front of your heart. Good. Take another deep breath in. And out. Wonderful. Just come up onto your right toes and then just swivel your foot so it's flat down, so that your right toes are facing the long side of your mat. And then bring your arms out at shoulder height. You can just walk your left foot over so it's in line with your right, sinking down into this bent left knee, gazing over your left fingertips, coming into Warrior Two. Don't forget to breathe here. Good. Bringing your hands to your waist, swiveling back on these right toes, so you're coming into a high lunge, and then you're going to step your right foot up to meet your left, coming back into mountain, just giving your left leg a little shake out here. Good. Other side, breathing in, sweeping your hands forwards. As you exhale, bending your knees, sinking your hips down and back, coming into chair pose. Breathing. As you inhale, seeing if you can reach up a little bit higher with your hands. As you exhale, seeing if you can sink down a little bit lower. Final breath in. As you breathe out, coming into a forward fold. Plant your hands on the mat just for a bit of stability. Step your left foot back about 3 or 4 feet. Turning your left toes so they're facing the top left-hand corner of your mat. And then sweep your arms forwards and up, keeping a bend in your right knee, coming up to Warrior One. Deep breath in, reaching your arms up. As you exhale, just thinking if you can sink a fraction lower, keeping your pelvis tucked underneath you, keeping this right knee over your right ankle. Deep breath in. And out. Option to have your hands in front of your heart if your shoulders are feeling a bit sticky. Lovely. Coming up onto your left toes, turning this left foot out. Just making sure your feet are in line, so you might have to do a bit of jiggery here. Arms out at shoulder height, gazing over your right fingertips, coming into Warrior Two on the other side. Deep breath in. And out. Good. Releasing your hands to your waist. Swiveling on that left toe again, coming into a high lunge just for a moment. Bending both knees, stepping this left foot back up, coming to mountain. So shaking out your legs if you need to. Good. Take a deep breath in. Sweep your arms all the way out and up, bringing your palms to touch above your head. And then exhaling, half hinging forward from your hips, coming into a forward fold. Letting your head be heavy. Let your arms hang. You can take opposite elbows, coming into ragdoll, taking some swinging motions. Nodding your head yes, maybe shaking it no. Good. Planting your hands on the mat, stepping both feet back, coming to a tabletop position. And then sinking your hips back towards your heels, swinging your legs out from underneath you. We're going to come to sit with our legs out in front of us. So keeping your toes pointing up towards the sky, bring your hands next to your hips and push into the earth. And you'll instantly feel this lovely reaching up, this lovely stretch. Just taking a moment to feel how lovely this feels with your spine this long. So you can stay here and breathe. This feels really good. If you feel like you've got one more forward fold in you, release your hands from the mat, but keeping that length in your spine. Breathe in, reach your arms out and up. And then as you exhale, you're going to have almost this lifting up and over, coming into a seated forward fold. So if you need to keep a bend in your knee, if you can. If you don't want to come all the way forward, just slowly, slowly bring your hands to wherever feels good today. And I encourage you to try and keep your chest lifted, so we're not rounding our back today. We're just going to try and keep our shoulders melting down. So as you breathe in, seeing if you can reach your chest a bit further forwards. And then as you exhale, seeing if you can hinge a bit further forward with your hips. Again, bending your knee. Good, final breath in. As you exhale, slowly bring yourself back up. And then bend both knees, bring your feet flat to the mat. And we're going to come to lay down on our backs. So hug your knees into your chest, wrapping your arms around your shins, taking some gentle rocking motions from side to side. This can feel lovely on your lower back. Good. Release both feet back down to the ground and then shift your hips over towards the right hand side of your mat and then let your knees fall to the left. Arms either somewhere on your body or you can bring them out at shoulder height along the ground, gazing up or turning your head to look towards the right. Close down your eyes here. We're going to take 3 deep breaths up and down the length of our spine here. Bringing your gaze back to center if your head was turned, followed by your knees, and then shift your hips over towards the left, letting your knees fall to the right, gazing up or to the left. Just taking 3 deep breaths up and down the length of your spine here, gently twisting out all that lovely work that you've done. Bringing your gaze back to center, followed by your knees. Just squaring your hips so that you're back center on your mat, letting your legs go long. Arms alongside your body, palms facing up, or you can keep them on your body. And close down your eyes. And allowing your breath to come naturally. No need to change its rhythm or pace. Allowing all the muscles in your body to completely relax as we end the practice in Shavasana. Start to bring some feeling back to your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Take a deep breath in, reaching your arms up overhead and then bringing your feet together and pointing your toes, taking a lovely big stretch. And then as you breathe out, bringing your knees into your chest for one final hug. Then roll on to your side, taking your time. Using your hands on the ground, slowly push yourself back up into a comfortable seat. Once there, sit up nice and tall. Allow your hands just to land wherever they land. Close down your eyes. Just take a moment to notice how you feel. Maybe show a bit of gratitude for your body, for what it can do rather than what it can't. And just by doing these small movements can just help you gain a little bit more confidence. A little bit of confidence in what your body can do. Let's finish the practice with a round of breath together. So breathing in and exhaling out. Bring your hands together in front of your heart and bow your head. Thank you so much for taking the time for yourself and coming and practicing with me. And I will see you again soon. Thank you.